From toddlers to grandparents, Converse All-Stars have been a huge hit. I'm sure you've all heard of these beautiful masterpieces, also known as Chuck Taylors. However, how many of you have heard of how the company got started? Just as I thought, not quite so many of you. Well, today in the few minutes I have, I would like to explain the history of Converse, the man behind the shoes, and the company's accomplishments. In 1913, Converse produced a catalog with the following words. Our company was organized in 1908, fully believing that there was an earnest demand for the retail shoe dealer for a rubber shoe company that would be independent enough not to follow every other company in everything they do. This was a quote from Converse.com explaining the passion and the excitement that the company's owners had for these shoes themselves and for the impact that would be on everyone. Marquis Mills Converse began the company in 1908. He started by trying to sell tires and shoes. However, obviously, only the shoes became popular. They began selling the shoes at $4,000 per year, but in just 10 years, the number of shoes produced were even double. The shoes revolutionized basketball in both style and comfort. They transformed with the eras of American history. Not only did they influence basketball, but they also influenced tennis, rock and roll, and just the everyday outspoken individual. On March 31st, 2001, the Lumberton assembly line spat out its last pair of Chuck Taylor high tops. This was a quote that I got from Old Sneakers Never Die by Ed Lebowitz. This explained that in 2001, the company was sold out by Nike, and the shoes themselves are now made in Asia instead of in America. Not only did they influence basketball and tennis, but they influenced the individuals' lives, such as Chuck Taylor. Only a year after they had made the first All-Star shoe, Chuck Taylor put on his first pair, which leads me to the big man himself. He was a star from the start. He professionally played for the Columbus Commercials in high school. However, despite his semi-pro status in high school, he transitioned from the game to the shoes themselves. He signed with Converse Company and became the first player endorser. He became a businessman instead of a basketballer. He gained a few nicknames from this. He was called the Ambassador of Basketball and the Evangelist. His signature in 1923 was added to the patches on the shoes themselves, which made him even more famous. He had many accomplishments in his life, a few of which were publishing 60 years of Converse basketball yearbook, inventing the modern-day stitchless basketball, which is used in every game now. And he was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in 1968 for his incredible work for Converse. Thus far, I've explained the history of Converse and the man behind the name. Let me tell you a few of Converse's accomplishments. Just as Chuck Taylor had many accolades, Converse had multiple accomplishments. They had a large impact on society. In an article named Star Power by Betsy Kroll in 2008, today, fans ranging from Reese Witherspoon to Mick Jagger, Chuck Taylor All-Stars are a slam dunk. They not only had an impact on famous movie stars, but also on bands such as the Sex Pistols and the Ramones, and also movies such as Footloose. They impacted the Olympics and also the first NCAA tournament, where both teams of the tournament were all wearing Converse. And in the Olympics, the US team won the gold medal all in Converse shoes. In World War II, they even had an impact. Converse Company helped the Air Force by producing the A6 flying boot, which is now used in all the Army Corps. Now that I've covered the historical aspect of Converse, the Chuck Taylor's impact himself, and Converse's accomplishments, I would like to conclude by saying that altogether, the Converse Shoe Company began with impact in basketball, which transformed into a nationwide movement. American culture and individual lives, such as Chuck Taylor's, were influenced dramatically and forever altered as a result of Converse's impact. So the next time that you guys are at a shoe store and you happen to see the Converse shoes section, I hope that you remember the energy and effort that was put into each and every one of the styles and the comfort and design of the shoes themselves. Thank you very much.